Welcome back, everybody. We've switched servers due to a slight issue with being raided and losing all our batteries 2 days into wipe. And we've got no chance of getting them back. Running with Mr. Chuckles today.
Hello, everybody.
Is it daytime yet?
No, but it is so visible. This is not like other servers.
Yeah, it's not real night, is it? It's 3 a.m. There was a quest board here, just so you know.
Yeah, I do see the quest. We have a newbie quest to kill another player. Question mark and O will toggle quest open for you.
Just trying to find the medical trader. At the moment, it doesn't look like there is one. There must be. Fools. Clothing. Some arcade machines we can play. Blackjack, Lucky Wheel, Dice, and Rat Race. Horse racing, basically, is Rat Race. Consumables, flea market, armor, weapons, quest board, donator, helis and vehicles. No medical trader, mate.
Well, okay.
Okay, we've got an ATM though. They give you 50 grand to start with.
Okay, I'm on my way. I'm gonna hit the military we talked about, and then I'll be on my way to Alter. They're both on the way. I've got a little bit of clothing and I don't know, like binoculars and PU scopes. We'll see if they'll sell.
Yeah.
Did not find any weapons, which is why I'm going to take the chance with the mill. Server with dozens of players versus us. I'm not going to take them all on with a knife.
Okay, I've got a code lock and a hatchet. I'll need you to buy a box of nails.
All right.
I'm going to pay what money I've got left back into the bank. Oh, it thinks I've got 15 grand still. Okay. Withdrawal. Forget this. We might have a box of nails as well out of this. Yeah? In which case, don't run up here. I'll meet you at home. Yeah? Right, I've got everything I need to build. We've got a saw, we've got a hatchet, we've got a code lock, we've got a box of nails. I'm going to run to base, mate. If I die, we've still got your stuff to buy that stuff with if we need it. Yeah? But it's going to be a lot safer for us to be down in Berezino than up here, isn't it? I'm going to need a rucksack, because I'm going to leave you with my rucksack hidden at the top of the stairs. And then I'm going to run off and get cut logs into planks. Yeah? That makes sense? So chat, I'm just running mill because I couldn't build a base building plus book, so I need to get some stuff together ready to trade to buy the book. So we can get a door. We've got a flag up, so we've secured our location. We just need to secure the base. So we need a door up. I'm going to have to run back to Ultra and try and sell the pistol. And buy a base building plus book. That's the aim anyway. Then it'll be get back, cut down 20 planks, get them into the base, build the workbench, go out and cut down another 20 planks, build a door, code lock it. That's the aim. Whether it works, it's a different matter. And in about 15 minutes, I need to go away from keyboard. Probably when we get to trader, I'll go away from keyboard for about 5 minutes just to get some stuff done. Need to transfer my washing to my drying. And Chuckles will certainly try and join us later if he can, but he's dealing with stuff at the moment at home. So we switched servers. Basically, we were on the other server that we needed the batteries to keep the base alive. And we logged on this morning to find that we'd been raided and the batteries had been stolen. It's hard enough for us to find batteries now. Trying to find them to keep the base alive when we have no batteries inside meant we went from having 6 days to find batteries to actually having 1 day to find batteries because the base was decaying. So we had to leave, unfortunately. So we switched to this server because it doesn't have batteries. So we're starting again. We've got a different place to build. It's full-size flag on here, so we have to be a little bit covert. So we found a covert location. And now numbers are starting to raise a little bit as the EU's waking up. It's a US server, so it works better for, say, Chuckles for ping, and my internet's good enough for ping anyway. But I have the stuff to start building the base. I just don't have a base building plus book, and I tried to make it from the piece of paper and it wouldn't let me. So we're going to need one. And I've got a Glock to sell, but I need to find the price of it first before we work out whether we can afford it or not. And I also have some 4.6 to sell. If Chuckles is in later, he might have headset off, so we won't be able to chat, but he will be on the server. Having problems with his headset currently, so might not have comms. Feel very vulnerable here without body armor. Vehicle there. Someone's locked up. I also have the edit to do for last night's event. We didn't win the event, but I made some kills, did some shit. Got 4 hours of video to cut down to about a 20-minute montage of me dying, me singing, me killing. And it's a Sunday. Everyone's having a good day. This route into Ultra is so unsafe. There we are. Safe zone. When we get to Ultra, guys, I will go into Be Right Back and just get some stuff sorted. Actually, no, I might be on the way back from Ultra. Give it enough time for it to be, the washing to be finished. And then we'll run home and hopefully get what we need. Find out if we can buy a base building plus book before we start this little foray. Okay. Okay. Let's see how much the pistol sells for. Not enough. Assault rifle? Not enough. Okay, this changes the ball game completely. If I sell the code lock, we can get the workbench built. We can always worry about the code lock at a later date. Sells for 5. 6, we need 10k. Still a battery, nothing in it. So my knife, nothing in it. Okay. We need another gun. That has to be a medical cell. We can sell medical items, we're sorted. There we are. Sell that ammunition we're not going to use. And the pistol. We'll be able to get planks in there. Okay, guys, I'm just going to go and be right back while we do what we got to do. And then I will be back and we shall continue. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that. Just got caught up in bits and pieces. Loading back in now. Okay, Chuckles, I don't need the money yet. Obviously, if I die, I'm going to. My aim still is to get a door up. I'm going to start at the top and build down, because then we can just get one door in place and we're secure. Probably brought a little bit of money with me, didn't I? Like a stupid goblin. Yeah. We'll need to disappear off in about an hour again, guys. Hour and a half. Just to rescue my drying. But first of all, moving to a location where we're going to cut planks. Or cut logs, turn into planks. And fill up 2 stacks completely of planks. And then do the run in. Try and get the workbench up. A door built. and a second door, so we've got an airlock. We don't have a code lock at the moment for it. But we've got quite a covert base, which is nice. There's various things I'm going to have to do to secure it better, but certainly feels safer once I've got a door up, you know me. We're just pushing for the RV now, guys. Well, we'll do the tree cutting. Hopefully. We don't run into any trouble en route. And I've got a 5.56 assault rifle, which is not a bad thing. It's still better when we got a door up. And we've got a flag up already, which is nice. That's half the battle. Okay, Chuckles. I don't know if you can hear me, Chuckles, even though you're just using my chat. That's fine. No mic, Chuckles. And that's fair. He's got problems with his mic. He's doing the right thing. He's still on the server. He's still looting and shooting. Don't want the tracksuit trousers, but at the moment, actually we don't want. I know this field. I did an event and started in this field. Going to need some trees. Need to be away from those apartments. Wherever we go now is dangerous. Oh, it's put them into bloody firewood. There we go. Okay, maybe we can carry the logs. We can. Firewood, isn't it? Yeah. should do. 7 is times 4, 7, 7, 14, 28 plus 8 on me. That'll be enough, I think. Maybe one more. That'll do. 40 planks plus what I've got, 48. That should be enough to get a door up. And build the workbench. Lots of zombies now. Need them to stay alive. that in place. Now we need storage. Right, guys, we've got a base. And it's not perfect, but what is? Morning, Gomez, Dad. We were raided on the other base that we had. We lost everything. Well, we lost the batteries, so we've switched servers. I have a basic base up. We're just after storage. I'm looking for like a barrel or anything that we can make use of. Chuckles is on the server, he's just not in chat. We had no choice. We would never have got batteries back. So we had to find a server that didn't need batteries to keep the base alive. So we're on ground zero. And I have my most strange base yet. Living somewhere I've never lived before. I'm doing the storage hunt now. Oh, that's awesome. If you found a blueprint for the battery, you've got a chance of surviving on there. Without that blueprint, you're fucked. To be perfectly honest. Unrated is good. But if you do get raided and you lose your batteries, trying to get new batteries on there is so hard. So we had to leave. We didn't have a choice, really. Chuckles and I aren't on enough to find the stuff. We had to be practical. But I'll take you home now and show you where we're living. Because I've never built a base like it. Yeah. And every door you put up will drink more battery power. And getting batteries in the world is hard work. Base. Buttery biscuit base. Why on some servers do zombies not spawn in? So, as a server owner, you can choose to limit the amount of zombies. Every zombie you have gives you less FPS on the server. So what you can do is you can set the zombie spawns to be based upon either the amount of players, so the more players, less zombies, or you can take zombies off completely and turn it into an armor server. But you have those choices, basically. I'm building a door, mate. Can you go? Yeah, thank you. Chuckles, if you want to come inside, I need to hand you stuff while I go off and cut down trees. Because we can't make any storage, so I need to go and cut down logs. I've only got 34 nails, so it might not be enough. But can I leave you the code locks and shit? I'm going to go do some trees, and then I'll be back. So we're going to go and turn these into planks and then see if we can make another door so we got an airlock. And then I can start constructing the other stuff once we've got the nails. Which will be a wall at the top of the stairs and another door. I need the saws back, mate. Do 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 do. You got nails, Chuckles. Oh, you're a star. Hear me, Chuckles. We need storage, but we're 3 doors in. Ah, oh, what's that taken us? About 2 hours. Send you a message. Sending a message to Chuckles because he's not on mic. Been having to play without my headset today. Need a fancy man's mic like GoblinZ has. Yeah. Yeah. I'll just show you my fancy mic. I haven't got a webcam on at the moment. I'll put my fancy mic on a second. So no, it won't show it because it's green screening. You're seeing a message coming up from Chuckles. But that's left behind. We are 3 doors in. I suppose we could risk leaving stuff in here. That's sellable. I'm just going to go alter, mate. Yes, the first time we've ever built in this. I've never built in this building before, Dermot's dad. I'm loving it. It's amazing. So the top of the flag on this server, you've got, as long as you've got stuff within 40 meters of the flag, you're fine. It won't. So the top of the flag comes up to a point where we can build from there fine. So it's not a problem. We're protected. No. So that on this server, you can't steal someone's flag. Basically. Some servers allow you flag stealing. Some servers don't. This one, if you can build a flag, you can build there. If it lets you place objects, you're within a territory. So we should be able to airlock all the way down the stairs. Yes, we can. But if I put the flag on the top floor, the flag would come out of the building. Everyone would know we're living there. If I built doors at the bottom now, I'd have to build up. I'd rather build down. I've just made a choice to build down. We could build up, but we've chosen to build down. The last thing we'll do is lock off the bottom, and then we've got another room at the bottom that we can use for loot as well. But basically, we've made a choice. But as buildings go, probably my favourite building for a base building plus build. Loving it. It's really, really, well, easy to hide away in there. Also, it's spawn towns. People spawn in and run straight for home. They don't hang around. I think we're allowed 15 code locks on this server. I'll probably be able to get all 15 through that block of flats. Which keeps us even more covert. I mean, yeah. We can metallize them, even better. I'm happy with how far we've come. Yes, CO, he made that call. Wouldn't go as CO. I like the building though. Love the building for building in. I need to bring my mic down a little bit. There we are, that's better. Yeah, I've got a SteelSeries professional mic, professional gaming mic, and a SteelSeries arm. So my mic is suspended on a bungee cords above my head. Which means that hopefully there's less vibration. And then I have a 7.1 surround sound, which is a headset, which is not very good, as we established yesterday for gaming on DayZ. But the mic works really well. Just sits above my face. Even when I've got the webcam on, it's fine. Oh, numbers have dropped off nicely. US server. By tonight, this will be fucking full. Chuckles works nights, so he's awake because he's on days off at the moment, but then he goes back onto nights again. So he gets to game when his days fall on weekends. We get to game together. The rest of the time, we're just sort of ships passing in the night. If we had a tiny flag on here, I'd put the flag in the top room. If we were building on Aftermath, I'd build from the top room down. On any server that allows tiny flag, I'd build from the top down. But here I needed to make sure the flag was covered. So you can't see it from outside, which makes our life safer. Because when you're not a massive PvP team, half the battle is being covert. which we're pretty good at. We can get some storage now. That would make life a lot easier. I think we've got 50 grand roughly to play with. Well done, Chuckles. And I got some people in the event last night, I think, but I'll see in the kill feed later. I certainly took out somebody with my grenade, but that won't count as a kill. I know I got somebody next. I got 2 people next to me in the woods. I'm not sure if that'll count as a kill. No, I got killed lots of times as well. But it was a really good event. We'll do the next one. I do enjoy them. They're good fun. But I can't record, I've learned, events at 4K because there's too much action happening in the same place at the same time. And I've only got 50,000 upload, and the upload can't handle it. So then it just crashes me out the server. Because there's no available bandwidth. So it's better for me to record events, edit them, and then release it as a recording. Okay, Chuckles. Raided base in here as well, or a base that's gone despawned. And by building a window at the top of the apartment, if we hear people around, we can open the window and shoot at them. If we build a wall, you can't open the window and do that. Wall uses less resources, but the window is far, far, far safer. And as long as you put the bars on, it can't be raided through. You could be wall banged through it, somebody get on the roof opposite, but that's a risk you take. I think having the covert base outweighs it. And it's very hard for people to be able to judge how many doors you've got. So Ultra, there's 2 traders on here, Ultra and BM and Green Mountain, and then there's black markets as well. 3 types of key. Medical, police, and military, I believe. And then key cards. Or maybe medical, police, and fire stations and key cards. But we need storage now, so we can at least store the shit that we've got. Then we can go out looting. Ellie coming in. Or Ellie leaving. One or the other. Looking for collectibles. Oh, I think Chuckles paid some money into my account. So this is not altar. This is an edited altar. And these are modded assets. They come in via a mod. It's a big mod, but it gives you different buildings you can put in. Chuckles is going to transfer money to my account. So I can buy the storage. Alright, find the base building one. Storage. Purchasable. Okay. I'm gonna let Chuckles know. At the moment, there's not. In the evenings, it becomes full. UK. Well, no, that's not fair. In the evenings, it becomes 50% full, UK, EU, and then by the time it gets to US evening, it's full. At the moment, it's empty. 6 people on plus Chuckles and I, but within about 3 hours, it will start to fill up again as the EU, UK start to wake up. When we came on this morning, there was 30 on because it was EU time, US time. And it gets busier and busier and busier through the night. But we have to set... The trouble with the two of us having different countries is we're trying to set a server that we both can get on without paying for priority access. But has the numbers during the evenings and afternoons to make it worthwhile. This does. And I want base building plus key cards and stuff to do. I mean, at the moment, we're just base building, basically. And getting some supplies together. So I don't worry too much about the lack of numbers at the moment. I know that when we're in later, or when I'm in tonight, it'll be busy. I know if I come in during the week, it'll be busy. And I'm quite enjoying the server. Even though it's a US server, I'm getting good FPS, which is nice. You know, I played for an hour before. Yeah, 2 keys so far. We got 1 key spare, ready for a medical run. Get this home, we'll have more storage, which would be nice. But even if we die, so Chuckles is getting 55 FPS, I'm probably getting higher because I've got a good internet speed. And it feels fluid at 4K. And it's a US-based server, so Chuckles should get higher, but he's got a lesser system than me. Yeah, he has a partner and responsibilities, whereas I don't. You know, my responsibilities are me. But with 3 doors in, it won't take us long to get all doors up. Buy code locks and nails on here. They give you 50 grand to start with as starting cash. And that's that's enough to buy a code lock, a box of nails, and 1 tool. So you're going to need to buy a book because you can't make it. And you're going to need to get a saw. But a couple of guns, loot them, sell them. You'll have everything you need to build and get a door up. And as you've seen, as long as you build covert, it's fine. I mean, if you're not covert, you will get raided. Well, that's all right. I've got black pudding downstairs. I've got some posh sausages downstairs in the fridge freezer, and I've got some posh black pudding. So I'm going to have black pudding, sausages, and chips later, which I'm quite looking forward to. And I might throw a fried egg with it if I'm feeling particularly adventurous. So when I'm gaming, I tend to play US servers because I'm more likely to be able to get on without having to pay for priority access. It's the same with Cookie and I, because we just can't afford to pay out all the time. It's a little bit different on that other map, that other server with all the AI on, because I had a deal to spend €50 and get unlimited priority access for life. Jump on and play a little. Excellent, Gurmit's dad. Enjoy. If you can hear me, Chuckles, when we get home, I'm going to be away from keyboard just for a little bit while I sort some shit out. And then we'll go off and try and get some more loot. I need body armor, a helmet, military clothes. We need more guns. Yes, yeah, there are a few cookies out there. Like there are a few goblins. There's a loot goblin that keeps getting banned from servers. Gives me a bad bloody name. And people go, oh, I killed you on a server yesterday. I'm like, no, you didn't. Yeah, I did. You play insert random server. Nah, I don't. I think it's just a popular name, isn't it? I used to be Seeker Boss because it's the name of my first 2 dogs. But when I reinvented myself and came onto YouTube and rebranded, I wanted a brand that fitted into the type of player I am. So the Looting Goblin, or Looting Goblin, makes sense. Because that's what I do, is I loot. I steal everything. I keep big piles of it. I'll sell my own mother for a code lock. Yeah. This is a sort of server that will get wiped. If you find the base, it'll get hit. I love that, Gomit's dad. It's not too bad a server, so don't worry about it. Even with numbers on, it's not too bad. It's weekend only raiding as well. So even if you do get hit, Monday to Friday, you can rebuild your base without getting hit again. Which is very nice when you're not full-time gamers. It's offside 24/7, but main raid, weekends only. See you soon. Thanks, Gomit's dad. Thanks for being here. Massively, massively appreciated. Enjoy your run. Good luck. Remember, if you see a goblin, miss. Okay, Chuckles. Storage and base will be amazing. And will make so much difference to our lives. Right, guys, I'm going to be right back a second. Right then, let's go and do keycard room. Then the money generated from this will get us more code locks and nails. The aim anyway. We need to build down another layer. So I might be tempted now to block off the bottom floor so people can't calculate what we've got. So that might be the next aim. Hope everyone's all right out there in Tinternet land. Nice sunny Sunday morning, 10 a.m. UK. Been streaming for 2.5 hours so far. Been on the server for about 3.5. 3 doors in. About to hit our second key card room. Chuckles is gaming with me today, but he's off mic. So a little bit limited. Need a screwdriver, that's for sure. Don't need a spade. Or a pair of shorts. Got some basic body armor that's shit. It's purple. Only tier 1. That's okay. You enjoying the stream and you haven't watched before, a comment would be amazing. A like out of this world, and obviously a sub doesn't cost anything and really does help the channel to grow. On the road to 1,000 subs. Actually, I haven't got turned on at the moment. Give me a second. There we go. That's better. There we go. Let's see where we are now. Don't have webcam on at the moment. Not in the webcam mode today. I can switch between them. Sometimes I have it on, sometimes I don't. Really depends how I'm feeling at the time. At the base, once we get past the airfield, we'll switch up and cross across to Alta. We need a fridge, so... Welcome back, Chuckles. I will be back on after the restart, guys. Yeah, switch to Alta now. Search this place. Might be worth a quick search. We're going home. Hi, Willie. Box of nails and a raid hammer. Fuck yeah, we're going home. How are you, Willie? So got 2 days off. Excellent, mate. Excellent. We're playing a US server at the moment called Ground Zero. Chuckles is gaming, but he's not on mic today. We've been on for about 3.5 hours, 4 hours. Though I've only been streaming for 2 hours 45 of it, roughly. We've got a base up 3 doors in. And we're starting to loot up. I've been sleeping. Yeah, you're on US time. It's 10:30 for me. Chuckles is on mountain time, whatever difference that is. But he works nights for his job, so he'll stay up when he's off at the weekend. Doesn't always happen, but when he is, he'll stay up. So he stays in the night routine, which means we get to game together. Which is nice. You work nights as well. Yeah. So Chuckles does, I think, 3 months of nights, something like that, or 2 months, and then switches to days, and then switches back to nights on a rotation. But we've been gaming together for nearly a year now, so we're sort of getting used to this. Good. They've gone. Did not want to bump into them. I've only got one mag of 5.56, so I'm not going to take on a Humvee with up to 5 people inside. Got no real armour. Okay, Willie. Have a good sleep, mate. I'm going to push for base, drop this stuff off that's important. And then loot up. That's always appreciated. Thank you, Willie. Massively appreciated. It all helps. Every comment you make, as long as they're not spam, and every like you make helps drive the algorithm, which helps me get more exposure. Something to give a like. No, it's always good. Always good. Thank you. Waiting for Chuckles to come upstairs. He'll need the IFAC. Right, now we need guns. Have you got a mag on that weapon? Right, let's go get some guns. I've set the RV. Oh, there's a present in the workbench for us, if you have a look. Gun hunting. This is awesome. And the push carries on. So the aim today, I'd like to get another 2 doors in. That would be nice. But certainly this week, I'd like to have those doors finished. Right to the bottom. That would be the most sensible place. Nice and secure. Though I could arguably later on today I've got enough nails now to block off the bottom and to put a door at the bottom and then move a code lock down. So that'll give us a security with an airlock at the top. Which will stop anyone getting in, or if they do, it makes it safer for us. Our numbers are picking up again. EU's waking up. People are coming online. It's good. Server will get busier. Ground Zero, by its very nature, it'll get busier. We're gun hunting now. And rucksacks and armour and clothing and all the stuff that we need. Helmets. So guys, I'll be on till about 12, so another hour and a quarter, and then I will take a break, get some various stuff done, have some food, get ready for work tomorrow, and then back on later on. Need to do some editing of a video for certain, so I have a fair amount to do today. But I'll be back on this evening to continue. And I think Chuckles will probably carry on the server, or this and or other servers while that's happening. Server is due to restart in 10 minutes. I've done a base in there. Good location for a base. It's a quad server, so... And we picked it because of that. You know, the two of us, plus Cookie when he's here, stand a chance. Oh dear, I'm quite tired. I shouldn't be. I got to bed at about 11 o'clock. I slept through till 4. Was up for half an hour, then got another hour sleep. So, what's that? 4, 5, 6 hours? That's plenty. Maybe I need a little old man doze this afternoon. As you do. Or some Red Bull. So what I do, I don't drink Red Bull straight. I'll have like a squash, so a fruit juice, and then I'll add a shot of Red Bull to it. So a bottle of fake Red Bull energy drink will last me about 3 weeks. Just adding it to give a caffeine hit to whatever I'm drinking if I need to stay awake, without it being too much caffeine, because I had a visit to the doctor a couple of years ago and I had to reduce my caffeine intake massively due to the fear of a heart attack, which I've done. I've got my... at the time, I'm 52, I'm 53 in 2 months, but they told me that I had the same chance of a heart attack as a 86-year-old, and by cutting caffeine massively, I've reduced that down to 60 something, which is good. Not as better as I want to be. Still working on it. Hi, Paul. It's afternoon nap. Like, I don't know how to pronounce that word, but certainly it's an afternoon nap. Yeah. Bloody age problem. That's what it is. When I was young, I never understood how my dad, on a Sunday afternoon after a roast dinner, would sleep for a few hours in a chair. I never got my head around it. Once I hit my 40s, I was like, oh, I get this. I understand now. So Chuckles is running with me today, just not on mic. The server's due to restart in 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, something like that. We will be back on after the restart. A recharge. Yes, a recharge. 100% a recharge. It's amazing what an hour extra sleep will do. Oh, fuck. Nothing like having a custom Livonia tower thrown in for the mix. Ah, no, I'm not that person. Chuckles, that was me shooting. I'm quadruply carrying. And server restart. Guys, we'll be back in as soon as the restart's happened. Wait till 1 minute past and then I'll boot in. Just waiting for the server to come back up, guys. Such a good start. Spawned at Cam, went to Mill, fully kitted. There you go. It's a nice server. It's a really nice server. Welcome back. Waiting for the server to come back up. Hello, mate. Welcome back. Can you hear me, Chuckles?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, that was so good for weapons, wasn't it?
Well, that's the same base that we saw the weapon stands.
Yeah. When I first ran in there, I was like, that was on a different server we saw the weapon stands, wasn't it? Or was it there? Yeah, different server. When I first ran in there, I was like, fuck, there's a Livonia tower. Bastards have customized it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, that would be shit, because you could be pushing that and someone could be shooting you.
Yeah, when I heard the first shot, I immediately turned and saw that it was you, and I'm like, okay, he went loud. I can go loud too.
I had no choice. I'm like quadruply carrying. I've got so many
Yeah.
weapons on me, but they're all shit. They're like P90s and things. But we might be able to get enough money to buy a code lock. I've got another box of nails at home. And then I'll do the door at the bottom and block off the other thing. So then the bottom's blocked off and we've got the triple airlock at the top. And if we can get a code lock and a box of nails out of this, then I can do the bottom and I can put an airlock at the bottom and we've got the airlock at the top. German's dad. I've got a Scar, Blaze, Tier 2 vest,
You're the best. I'm
M249.
jelly.
He spawned at Cam, and he's fully geared within like an hour. It's a lovely
Oh,
server. It's a really nice server. It's just good fun. I did that second key card, which is where I got your make you better kit from that you needed earlier. So I did the second
okay.
key because I didn't know if you were going to come back on, and I thought I need to run it because we might get some goods to sell. And then running home, I found the raid hammer, and I was like, "Fuck, I need to go home." And the box of nails. Fuck, I need to go home now. Right then, loading back in. Going to go firm until everything loads in correctly. And while that's happening,
I
move
need to get the hell out of it. I'm still inside the tents.
the RV onto altar. I'm going to start pushing altar, mate.
Yeah, roger that.
Yeah,
Didn't
I've got
see any helmets, huh?
I've got a helmet for you. I've got. I
I'll catch
upgraded
up.
my rucksack. I've gone up to an Alice pack.
Great.
I've got a helmet for you, and I've got that shit armor if you want it.
Wish I could wear it inside the jacket.
Yeah.
It's so bright.
Gurmit's dad going to jump off here again, back to the grind. That's a fair point, Gurmit's dad. That's a fair point. I understand completely.
If you see us in altar, say hi.
If you see us on the ground, miss. Yeah, I had no choice but to go loud. So is your dog? Is it like epilepsy?
Yeah, that's what the vet says he has.
Okay.
And he's been great for weeks, months. And well, we're thinking it might have been was we recently gave him his we in Colorado we don't get mosquitoes during the winter, so we hadn't
Okay.
given him any of that heart
Yeah.
worm protection, and we just gave him a dose about a week ago. So that would have changed his biology.
Yeah. Which would then, the knock-on effect would cause an issue, maybe.
Yeah, so we're gonna call the vet Monday morning and
Yeah.
touch base, see
Yeah.
what she advises.
That's fair.
It just, oh my god, when Connie started making
Yeah,
all
I
that
heard.
racket, I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. I knew that at that point you'd be gone. I've had training for these in situations from Cookie. When the general's like, and he's like, but Cookie just like carries on, leaves the mic on, has a conversation, and then comes back. Like, yeah. Gurmit's dad's the other side of the map, so he won't be shooting at us.
Not today.
Paul says, hi, Chuckles.
Hello, Paul, and long time no talk.
I'd like to, from this, get a code lock and maybe a fridge. So we can separate food and water, because we do get through a lot of food and water, don't we? But storage isn't expensive on here. It's cheap. Relatively. Right, I'm going to go firm. When you get to me, I've got a helmet for you. I've got an auto-load shotgun on me. Shotgun with a magazine.
Oh, I got one of those too. The 80 thing.
The
That's what I was.
VR80, yeah. A Spaz 12, basically.
Yeah. You want to keep one of them in the mags or get rid of them both?
I'll sell them both. Shotguns are a waste of time unless we're defending against raiders. And the chance of us being on when we're being raided is fairly low. I wouldn't want to assault. And if we're raid, we'll find a one-room base and take that hammer down to raid them, yeah?
Did find a slightly larger backpack too.
Got you a tier 1 helmet. I've got a tier 2 one on. Right, helmet on the floor. Do you want the shit armor or not?
Flight helmet. No, not yet.
Okay.
Not for altar.
Push on. Yeah, another code lock just to give that bottom door. I'll do the same thing that we did in the last place. Just bring it inside a little bit. So you can go through the main door without it glitching.
Yeah.
Because that works really well. And then block off the door the other side of the flag. It would be nice to build an airlock down there as well. Because if we've got an airlock down there and the triple airlock at the top, that would work really well. Welcome everybody that's watching. Thanks for being here. Massively appreciated.
Do you have a decent scope?
Combat scope, but remodeled. It's fine. I've only got the Israeli assault rifle.
Okay. Picked up a Trigicon.
Yeah, keep that. I might have a run on Ground Zero later on. Paul, it's good fun. We're playing the US one. It is good fun. It's not too difficult. Plenty of loot. There's numbers building. Keys are easy to find. Reasonable FPS. I don't know what I'm getting, but I can play it happily, even though we're playing the US one. It is a nice server. You need to drink and eat. The zombies hit a little bit harder than we're used to, which is nice. Might not be the one that you're playing though. Yeah, that's fair. We're on the US. There we are. There's that answer.
Yeah.
And we're coming into night time, so going to altar at night makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it's going to get dark. Not dark, but it's going to get a little bit darker, isn't it?
Picked up pouches too. Does your best have them?
Maybe. Not worried about that now so much.
Oh, yeah.
Later. Yeah. At the moment, that was about making money. And if we can make those type of runs just out of that basic tier. The 5.56 I got out of the crate inside.
Oh, that's a bait.
Yep, seen. Greenhouse base. Yeah, the 5.56 I got was out of the crate in the military in our town. So there's a black gun case that spawns on each restart inside one of the tents. And you don't need anything to open it. And when I opened it, I got a 5.56 out of it with mag and scope. So on each restart, it's worth hitting that tent. Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, the scar that I got came out of one of the military containers on the docks.
There we go. I'm quite liking this server, actually. I think this could become a home at the moment. It feels good. And it's not bad. You know, weekend-only raiding actually works for us. And also, building in that house is amazing, isn't it, for doors? They just clip perfectly.
Yep. Single shot to our left.
You'd expect shooting around here. Yeah, heard it. I heard another one.
Doesn't take that many shots for a deer.
No. Well, we haven't had a kill feed come up, have we? Because there is a
Oh, I
kill
forgot
feed
the
on
server
here.
has that. Yeah.
They might be shooting Zeds, or might be just having a firefight with shit weapons. Leaving to their own devices, I'm only 700 meters away from, well, about 500 meters, 300 meters from safety.
Yeah, fair.
Chance to make some money. Is there Discord link on the screen pop up? Yes, it is. Cool. So there on the left, when you press M for map. I think if you search for it in DZSA, they've got a link to their Discord as well, I believe, under the info panel. There is Bitcoin mining on here and drugs and everything else as well. They do have 4 servers, 2 US, 2 UK. Or EU. It is weekend raiding. I think it's 15 doors max. They start you off with 50 grand. There is an ATM that will hold half a mil.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It's not stupid.
I mean, that was just enough to buy a code lock and a box of nails.
Yeah, it was enough between us to get a door up. Is all you really need. If you were solo, you could do it. It just take a little bit of looting and selling, maybe a couple of weapons before you drew your money out. Once you've got your flag up, your flag can't be stolen on here, Paul. So get your flag in place of where you're going to live, and then worry about everything else. Probably very good advice. Or not on here, but on any of their servers. Right, sell some shit weapons. Money, money, money. Money, money, money. I didn't make a lot of money out of that. Got a little bit in the ATM though. Got 18 grand to play with.
This feels a little bit like the eternity.
Yeah. I get what you're saying there.
I can buy some armor.
Do it if you want to, mate. We're not. It's not a problem. I love how cheap storage is on here. It does appeal. working out what we're going to buy. It miscounts the money, doesn't it? It thinks I've got 8 grand where I've actually got 18 or something. Yeah, I've got 18, not the 8 it shows.
Show Paul the arcade next.
Oh, yeah. Need to buy some food first for base. And then we'll try and gamble some money. I've got 2 tins attack back. I'll go and pop into the arcade now. And where the arcade is. In that big building, isn't it? Right then, let's do the lucky wheel. We'll bet 500. Spin. See if we win anything. I got 2 grand. Made 1,500 profit.
Nice.
Yeah.
I quit now while you're ahead.
Yeah. Dice. Am I gonna bet money on that? Nah. I'll quit while I'm ahead. You're right. Let's pay this money back into the bank and then get storage home. I've got a fridge and a gun rack for the wall.
Okay.
Right, I'm ready to push for home when you are, mate.
Go. This is, if we're on here in a busy spot, we need to think of where's going to be like cookie, and you would call it the bank.
Well, you don't need it so much because you can transfer money across to people.
True. Oh, I'm crouched. I'm like, why am I not running? Oh, I'm all right.
What?
All right. Well, next trip. It's a little tiny 1 square item that might be worth a bit.
Okay.
I'll just sell it next trip. It's a military circuit board.
Oh, that'll be worth money. I love the fact that I won on the lottery. Put money in the wheel. Hit the spin. £1,500 profit. Yeah, we'll have that. The trouble is I have an addictive personality. I could take my 50 grand and put all 50 on a wheel spin in there. Yeah.
Yep. When we get clear of this area, if you're hungry, I have a can of tack back we picked up in the mill.
No, I bought 2 cans of tap back for the base.
Great.
I'm not hungry. I'll be thirsty when I get home, but we've got cans of drink at home.
Yep.
We're doing all right. Seeing we're 3.5 hours into stream, so we're 4.5 hours into the server.
Yeah. She would prefer I call it an early night.
Okay.
So maybe when we get back to base.
Yeah,
She
we'll
wants
do that.
me to bring him up to the bedroom with us.
Yeah, that's fair, because that works for me, because I can log off, I can get my life sorted and do various stuff, and then I'll come back on later. I wanted to edit the video from yesterday if I can. I need to have some food because I haven't eaten yet, and it's like lunchtime. It will be in half an hour. Obviously, I've been up since 5 and sat really with this headset on since then. Or 5:30. You can get a good night's sleep then. You back on nights tomorrow?
No. Got one more.
Okay. So I'll be home about between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. ish tomorrow, my time. So I'll let you know what time I'll be home tomorrow. I'll work it out and let you know in. Actually, no, 3:30, maybe a bit before, but I'll let you know on chat what time I'm likely to be home tomorrow. Okay. It might be too late for you though, because you're likely to be asleep, getting yourself ready for nights, or if you're staying up, it will be the sort of time you normally come home, so you're not likely to be around. But you know what we're doing on here. If you want to get onto a server, jump on here.
Yep. This is that little base. Yep.
Yeah, I think I think the flag's right down, so that might be worth next weekend. If it's still not dissolved, it might be worth taking our sledgehammer to visit it. Depending on what you're on next weekend, because obviously you've got family visiting.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'll carry on playing this server and just putting doors in, putting locks up through the week. We should be able to, this week, easily fill the whole of that column up with doors. And my guess is the next wipe will be is about probably a week or 2 weeks away. When that happens, my suggestion is we live there again and do a full wipe in where we are.
Okay.
Because I think given time, we could turn that into something amazing.
This first big long barn has got a base in it that's been raided.
Is there any items in there?
I don't think there's anything we can take.
Okay, you need a screwdriver to pinch things. We could soft side the walls if we had an axe. Hatchet with us and get the nails out. We could cut down the walls that we can get to the soft side of. Just need to bring a hatchet with us, but we've only got one at the moment, so I'm a little bit wary of things like that. But if we buy a hatchet and a screwdriver, we can steal storage with a screwdriver, and we can soft side the walls in there to get the nails out and planks for ourselves. Which is not a bad thing. But yeah, I'd like to do a full wipe on here.
Yeah, but that one we just ran past is a classic example of what you tell everybody. Don't build a base along the common routes to trader.
Yeah. Don't. No matter what the size of your team, unless you're a 4-man on this server on 24/7, then you can build a big base because you've got the time to build it and get to a point where you've got 15 airlocks and all that. If you're not, you have to build covertly. Otherwise, you will get hit. You can't be on a point of interest. You can't be on a route to a point of interest. Especially with a weekend raiding server, people will come on all week and save up the explosives. And then they'll have a plan on Friday night. They'll all log in next to the building they're going to hit. They'll give it half an hour to see if the people, when it hits raid time, leave that place and go off to raid themselves. Because if they can shoot them, then they've got double the explosives. And then they'll hit the place. You know, it's what you do. Makes sense. I get it. We've raided enough people over the years And everyone says, oh, offline, online raiding. Everybody wants people to be home, so you always raid online. But when you raid people, you want them not to be home, so you can get as much gear out as possible. I'm of the mindset that if you're going to attack an enemy base, why would you wait for them to be home? And online raiding, they could be the other side of the map, looting Tissy when you raid them. Yeah. What's the difference between that and them not being on the server? But each to their own. You know, we got raided on the server we were playing over the beginning of the weekend. We logged in this morning. I was at trader. Chuckles was at base, and he's like, "There's nothing in the base." Like,
where'd you do all the stuff?
Yeah.
What do you mean, what'd you do with all the stuff?
I'm like, is there batteries in the... No, he said to me, there's no batteries in the workbench. I went, do we have any doors? Ah, we don't have any doors. There we go, we've been raided. So, because I had gunpowder on me, I was in trader. I ran up to somebody in the trader and went, we're leaving the server, I've got a present for you, and dropped it on the floor. And I had lots of smiley faces and him jumping up and down excitedly. Yeah. I'm not going to go back there. I love that server, but it's too difficult to get batteries. Far, far too difficult. Just makes it hard going. They, in all honesty, they should make like the battery that gives you 24 hours worth of protection for sale at trader. Or have like one of the quests, one of the early quests, give you that blueprint to allow you to make batteries. There has to be a way.
Though you won't have materials right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that was a reward from an early quest, like you got the box of nails, you got the code lock, and you got that to allow you to make batteries, that would be... that would mean you could start off and you could go out and collect car batteries and metal and grind your own batteries. It would make sense, because it still would involve a lot of looting to find it all. Wouldn't be easy. So guys, when we get back to base, I will be logging off. Chuckles, I'll stay on chat for a second. Once we get back there, I'll just...
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Why did my guy just sigh?
Don't know.
Oh,
mine does it. Yeah.
It's overheating.
So I will be logging off. I'd like to say thank you for watching. I will be back on later, but I'm going to sort my life out and get everything ready for work for tomorrow. Do all that sort of stuff. Have food, and then come back on early evening. And I will be on here, more than likely running solo, because Chuckles will be fast asleep by that point. As we try and improve the base and not get killed. But thank you for watching. Thanks for the conversation. Thanks for the sub. I think we've made a couple today, so really impressed with that. And I will catch you on the next one, guys. Peace. I've just got my screen up, my end screen, so I'll give that half a minute and then I'll finish the stream. Chuckles.